Today I'm going to be showing you how we send in items to FBA. This is going to be our process. You know, your process may be a little bit different than our process, but this is the easiest way that I've seen to ship items in to Fulfillment by Amazon by far. What is up, beautiful people? TJ here with another episode. Today, we're going to be talking about sending items in to Fulfillment by Amazon, FBA. I had a couple questions in the Pallet Jacking community group, and one of our Pallet Jacking community members asked me to make a video showing how to do this, so I'm going to. I'm going to be showing you how to do this through Inventory Lab. The reason that I'm going to be doing it through Inventory Lab is because that's how we do it. Inventory Lab is super simple, super easy, and if you are a FBA or even just an Amazon seller, whether you do merchant fulfilled or Amazon fulfilled, Inventory Lab is really good for looking at all of your inventory, looking at your sales numbers, looking at your sales tags, looking at all those different things. Everything is combined in this one web program. So I really like it. I wouldn't recommend it if we didn't use it and if we didn't like it. There's definitely some other ways you can do this for free. But I'm going to be showing you how to do it through Inventory Lab, because once you see the process of how to do it, you're going to say, wow, I need to go get this. But Inventory Lab is offering a free 30-day trial. So what I would do is I would download, it's not really a download, it's a website. You go to the website, you sign up for the 30-day free trial, and you then just do a couple shipments just to see if you like it. And then I'll also, at the end of the video, I'll show you how to look at it inside of just the Amazon website if you were to just scan things in and then have to go through the process of doing it through Amazon. I'll show you that process as well at the end of the video. So let's get into the computer. I've already got Inventory Lab logged in. I've got it pulled up. I'm going to show you the stuff that we use to kind of make this process a lot easier. The first thing is a barcode scanner. This barcode scanner is super cheap. We paid like $25 for it. I'm not going to recommend getting a more expensive one, but I will say that this barcode scanner has a very hard time connecting to my Mac computer. We use this basically at the store. I don't use it at my house. So this is where I'm at right now. But at the store, we have a Windows computer, works perfectly. We scan items in, we scan stuff in all the time with this barcode scanner. Today, I will not be using this barcode scanner because it does not work. But it normally works. So I'll put a link for all this stuff in the description section below. We also have our Dymo label printer 450. This will print off your labels, and it just gives you like this little sticky label. This is really easy for covering up your barcodes, and this is just the easiest way that we've seen to actually send in items. The way that I saw to do it on the Amazon website is you have to print it off on like a sheet of sticky labels, and then, you know, what if you want to send in 5 items? What if you want to send in 10 items? You're going to be wasting the whole piece of paper when you could just have as many labels as you need. So super simple, super easy, and you'll see whenever I go through and I enter in the stuff, it automatically just pops this label out, so you don't even have to do anything for it to pop out. So I also have my Dymo label printer 4XL. That's going to be our thermal printer. I see a lot of people using Rollo printers, but if you are a reseller and you don't have a thermal printer, work towards getting one, because this right here has really saved a lot of time. And that's the big thing about this, is that you have to find a process that works for you and that saves you time. You don't want to be spending a lot of time doing this, because time is money, and you could be using that time to be doing something else. You could be listing items, you could be selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace, you could be doing anything else besides sitting here in front of this computer trying to send this stuff off. It shouldn't take you that long to do it. So anyway, I've just got one item that I've got here. I'm going to show the process for scanning it and sending it in. So let's get going. All right, so on Inventory Lab, you go over here to new batch. What I really like about Inventory Lab is that you can categorize your batches. So like, say for instance, I got this load from bulk. I put bulk.com, and then I put like the date. So today is 10/20. That just tells me that this batch is the batch that I got from bulk.com, and I got it on 10/20. That's just for me. The rest of the stuff, you know, it has the address, it has FBA channels, it's got all that stuff. I'm going to leave all this stuff default. I don't change any of this stuff. It works for us. Whatever these settings are right here, this is what we generally use. All right, so we'll create it. And so the first thing you have to do is you have to add a item. Now, this is where your barcode scanner will come into play, because essentially, and I'm not going to push the button because it'll beep like for hours. Essentially, you just scan this barcode and it will automatically pop up on the screen once you scan it. So I'm just going to type it in. All right, so normally before I come into Inventory Lab, I'll scan the barcode with my cell phone. If you don't have it, you need to download the Amazon Seller app. On the Amazon Seller app, all you got to do is push the add product thing, and then it'll give you like the little sparkly things, and you just scan this barcode, and it'll tell you if you can sell it, if you can't sell it, if you have to apply to sell it. You can do all that stuff through the app. It just makes it easier for me to go through the app, do that process, and then come over here and have everything ready to go with my shipment. So now we've got the item. This is the Ink Ivy 100% Cotton Euro Sham. It has a good sales rank, 15,398. There's only one offer, so let me caution you something about sending things into Amazon. So if you are a seller doing liquidation or doing resale in general, and you're not going through the manufacturer, if you go through and find an item that has one seller, and that one seller is the manufacturer, I would stray away from sending that item into FBA. That is probably the easiest way to get an IP claim on Amazon. So if there's a bunch of, say for instance they had 5 offers or 10 offers, I would have no problem with sending this into Amazon. But seeing that they only have one offer, I'm probably going to say that that's going to be the Ink and Ivy brand, and then they would probably do an IP claim if you were to send one in. So I would stray away from it if you only see one seller. If you see 0, I don't have a problem with sending stuff in that's 0. That's kind of a risk that you have to take, a calculated risk. If it's something that's been gone for a long time and then you put an offer out, I don't see any problem with that. But all right, so on this page, you'll see the categories home. It's got a 15,000 sales rank, which is, like I said, is pretty good. And then over here on the left-hand side, you see how many you have. So I actually have 2 of these. So I'll put in 2. And so this right here is where the magic of Inventory Lab comes in. So right here, it shows your average cost per unit. So this is where you would put in how much you paid per item. So on this pallet, let's just say we paid $5.48 per item. Once we calculated everything, we'll say $5.48. So that's going to show your average cost per unit, and I'll show you where that kind of plays into setting up everything. So then down here at the bottom, it's got condition. Your condition is whatever the condition is. You can do new, you can do use like new, use very good, use acceptable, collectible, and refurbished. So a lot of people will not recommend you putting stuff in new condition if it's from liquidation. But if the item, this is just my personal opinion, I could be wrong, but we've sold a lot of stuff on Amazon, and this is just how we've done it. If it is essentially 100% brand new, like this right here, I would not sell this in a brand new condition because it's obviously looked like it's been opened, and it probably has been used. So I would sell this one in a used light new condition. I wouldn't sell it in new condition. If it's something that's brand new, literally has never been opened, I don't see any problem with selling it new. That's just me, and you can do whatever you want to. You can make that decision on your own. But so I'm gonna put this in used like new condition. So if you go over here to the right hand side, you'll see there's a column that says new, used, FBA. So what this shows is how many offers they have and where they are and what the condition of them is. So on here we can see that there's one offer for FBA for $29.99. It's at the Amazon warehouse. That's what these logos mean. And then N means it's new. So this is what you are competing with on Amazon. So sometimes this is how we make the decision of whether we're going to send it into Amazon or if we're going to do fulfilled by merchant, or if we're not going to sell it on Amazon at all. So if there's a bunch of offers, there's a bunch of new offers on here, I'm probably not going to compete with that. I may go ahead and just list it just to have it over there. But in general, it's going to take a lot longer to sell in a used like new condition unless your price is just way low and you have a really good, you have a really good rating on Amazon. Some people are going to be looking for those deals, so they may go over and find your offering. So I'm not deterring you from doing it. I'm just saying that this is our process for what we do. So looking right now, I would sell this at the same price, which is $29.99. You could go a little bit lower, but like I said, this right here is probably the manufacturer, and I would not want to compete with the manufacturer with a item I got from a liquidation pallet. So you can go right here and you can change the price. So let's just say you want to say $24.99. All right, so what this is going to show you is your net profit per unit, because it's going to take off the Amazon FBA fees and also the selling fees, as well as how much you pay for the item. That's going to give you the actual money in your pocket that you're going to get from this sale. So from $24.99, it's going to go all the way down to $10.86. That's with all the costs and everything come out. That's actually the money that you are going to get to your pocket. So $10.86. Is that going to be worth it to send into Amazon? And then once the sale, you're only going to make $10 from it. Now, for me, the reason we did not send these into Amazon and we are not selling these on Amazon is two reasons. The first reason is because, you know, the manufacturer is the person that's selling this. The second reason is I can sell these at my store for about $13 all day long. All right, so $13 and no fear of getting my Amazon account shut down versus, you know, me making $13 in the store and I'll have it in my pocket as soon as we sell it. So that's kind of the decision you have to make whenever you're doing this. All right, we're going to go ahead and add this to batch. And immediately, a label pops out. That's the best thing about having this whole process is that as soon as you do that, as soon as you add all your stuff in, and just say you're just doing a bunch of stuff, you'll scan your items in, you'll type your barcodes in, you'll choose whatever condition you want to sell it in, and then you'll put your quantity in, and immediately, as soon as you do that, your label pops out, and you are ready to label your items. So what I would do is you take these labels off. These are sticky labels. You peel them off, and you can put them over the barcode. Stick it on the barcode just like that, and you are good to go. You do that for both of your items. All right, both of these are prepped and ready to go. So now let's look at the screen to see exactly what's on the screen. So on the screen, it's a bunch of information here. So what I can tell is that these are going to go to 2 locations. They recommend spreading your inventory out. So once you're doing like a large shipment, you'll see that there's going to be certain items going to go here, certain items going to go there. This is all about the warehouse that the items are going to be sent to. So you can see that we're sending in 2 of these items. They're used like new. It gave you the SKU numbers. It gives you the average cost. It tells where the supplier is. Bolt.com is our supplier. And when it was purchased. The purchase date is wrong, but you can change that in your settings at the beginning. So it's showing that they want you to send this to DCA, and also they want you to send one to Memphis. So there's 2 of them. There's going to be 2 different locations that it's going to be sent to. So this is where you need to make a decision on whether or not it's going to be feasible or profitable for you to send one of these items to one location. I don't like sending one item to one location. I try to bundle them together, and you can do that later on. You can just show where you want to send these items to. But we're just going to leave it like it is for the sake of this video. And then at the bottom, you'll see there's 1 SKU. There's 2 total items. The sales rank is $15,398. The total sales value is $49.98. The total cost is $10.96, and your total net profit is $21.72. So both of these, I'm actually going to get $21.72 to my account. So let's go and we will review, and then we will submit. So once we submit this, what this does is it syncs with Amazon Seller Central. So we're not done yet here, but this does sync everything. It sends everything over to Amazon Seller Central. So the first thing you want to do is look at they broke it off into 2 destinations. Now, if you wanted to change the destination, you can, but I always normally just go through and say, hey, I'm just going to send it to wherever it's going to send to. But if it's one item and that's the only place they recommend me send it to, I'm just not going to send it in. So we're just going to act like we're going to send it here. We're going to say create, and then yes, create. All right, so we're going to do that for both of these because the next screen you'll actually go through and work on your shipments. All right, so now we've created both of our shipments, and we're going to go over to, we're going to transmit everything over to Amazon. So what you have to do is you have to click on the first one and approve what's going to be in the box content. So let's just say that you had 5 items here, and then you decided not to send one of the items in. You can only, if you want to only send 4 items, you can just click on 4 items right here. So I'm going to send it here. I'm going to click it there, and I'm going to say assign this to that box. All right. We're going to transmit this over to Amazon. So sometimes this pops up and it just asks you what's the weight of the box that you're going to send. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is 1 pound. It's not really a pound, but I put 1 pound, and then I put 9 by 6 by 3. So I'm going to show you putting it inside of a box, but the actual, if I were to send this item in, it would be like in a poly bag or something like that, and it would probably be 9 by 6 by 3. So let's go ahead and we'll send it over. So what that's going to do is whenever you get over to Amazon, it's actually going to have the box dimensions in there. So you're going to immediately be able to print off your shipping label. All right, so we sent that one. And then this is our next shipment. We'll go ahead and say yes, it's going to Memphis. We'll assign it to this box and we will transmit that box. And it's going to ask the same thing. I'll put the same dimensions I put in before. All right, so now we are completely done with Inventory Lab. Everything has been sent over to Amazon Seller Central. Now we're going to go over to Amazon Seller Central and see what we've got. All right, so once you get over to Amazon Seller Central, you want to go to manage your FBA inventory. So what you'll see is that we've just listed these 2 ink and ivory pillow shams, and it's already right here in our Seller Central. It shows what our sales price is. It also shows the SKU, and it shows what the estimated fees and different things are. Now, what it also shows you is that you have 0 available, 0 inbound, and 0 unfillable, 0 reserved. So that's because you hadn't sent anything physically to Amazon. So what you want to do is you want to go over to inventory, go down to manage FBA shipments, and you will see our shipment is here and it is in working status. That means that we are actually physically working on it. So I just click on the very first one. They're both the same thing, so it doesn't matter. So we'll go right here, and you don't have to review the units because you just left Inventory Lab, so you know what's supposed to be in the box. But if you have multiple boxes, you want to make sure that the box ID is what you are actually working on, what you're shipping, because you don't want to delay your shipment. So we'll go down here. This top part is just basically showing the shipment ID, where it's going to be shipped from, where it's going to be shipped to, and then all of the stuff that goes along with that. So this is a small parcel delivery. It's just a small box. So UPS does give very discounted rates to us sellers. So you want to use UPS. You can also use Postal Service, but UPS always gives me the best rate. So all of this stuff is already filled out. It's even got the box weight and it's got the box dimensions. So we'll go ahead and calculate it just to see what the price is going to be. So you will actually be surprised at how much the shipping is. So we've shipped like don't go over 50 pounds whenever you're doing your boxes, but we've shipped boxes that was like 40 pounds, big boxes, and the shipping is like $9. I mean, it's completely insane how much the the shipping cost is. So right now you see that we have one box. It's got the weight, which is 1 pound, 9 by 6 by 3, and then it gives us a total of $3.62. And then what that would do is that would just add it to your bill, your Amazon account. So if you have a positive balance, it'll just take $3 off of it. If you have a 0 balance, it'll just take it down to negative $3, and you will go from there. So once you click that, I'm not going to click on it because I'm not going to actually send this in. But once you click on that, you will get a label that will print out. Either you can print it out yourself or you can print it off on your label printer, your thermal printer. Now, if you have a thermal printer, it will print off 2 labels. If you have a just a regular label, it's going to print off 2 labels, probably on one sheet, so you have to cut it. But there are 2 specific labels that you will need, and it will actually tell you where to put those labels on the box. All right, so once you get your labels printed off of your items, we got labels on the items over the barcodes on both of them. We're just going to act like both of these items are going to go to Memphis. You'll place them in your box. You will close your box up. And you would take your label that has nothing on it, but you would take your label that you printed off for UPS. It will be 2 labels. One of them is going to be your UPS label. The other one's going to be your FBA label. That's going to be what they're going to scan into the warehouse at Fulfillment by Amazon. They recommend you place them on the side of the box like this. So tear off your label. That's why I said thermal labels are perfect. You put them on the side of the box. You put one there, and you put another one right next to it. And this box is ready to go. So you would take this to UPS, and they will take it, ship it to wherever it's going to go. In this case, it will go to Memphis. Memphis will scan it in, and then they will put it into the inventory. Now, if you get to a place to where you send in the wrong items inside of this box, they will do a FC transfer. They will transfer it to the correct facility. So it's not that big a deal if you send it to the wrong facility, because they will just internally send it to the correct facility. that's only just going to cause delays with your with getting your inventory in. So make sure that you are putting the correct label on the correct box with the correct contents inside the box, or it's just going to cause delays. So let's do a quick recap. So the first thing you want to do is scan your item with the Amazon Seller app on your phone. Make sure you like the price. Make sure you are not restricted to sell that item. So then you're going to go into Inventory Lab. You're going to set your prices. You're going to put the quantity, you're going to put the condition of the item. Then you're going to go and you're going to send all the information over to Amazon by putting in the box dimensions, the weight, and then you're also going to do the box contents. Go over to Amazon, you print off the shipping label, and you put it in your box and you ship it off to UPS. Those are the general steps for doing it. If you go into Amazon itself and do it, so the harder way to me is going into Amazon and doing it. So let's go to inventory, and then you want to go to manage FBA inventory. So if you want to do it through Amazon, all you have to do is look at your items that you want. You have to do them individually, but you can go here and you can go to create item labels. That will create your item labels for your label printer. And then you have to go into a different process. Now, I have the beta version of sending stuff into Amazon. I'm not sure everybody has that option available, but I will show you what that. So if you go over here to manage FBA shipments, you can go to send to Amazon. This is a relatively new option. And then you can do pretty much the same process, but I'm gonna show you why I don't use Amazon to do my shipments. All right, so if you were to be on this screen, the send to Amazon screen, let's just say this is some items that you have that you've scanned in. Let's just say we want to create a template for this one. You have to create the template, so you know you can say bulk shipment, and then you can say it's going to be 2 items in this box, and then your box dimension. See, that's the thing, is your box dimension is not going to be this just one specific item. You're going to have multiple items, so you know it doesn't really give you an option to do that. So let's just say our box dimension is going to be 9 by 6 by 6. These are going to be a little bit bigger. We'll say it's going to be 2 pounds. And so our prep is we're going to it's going to be a smaller item, and then we're going to prep them ourselves. Now, Amazon can prep them for you for 50 cents per item for the most part. So that means you send it all into Amazon, and they will put the labels on it. But you do have to pay. There is additional cost for that. So I'll just say by seller, I'm going to do the labels. You have to go in and make your labels. I'm going to show you what the labels look like, and this is why I don't use them. So let's say we're going to send in 1 box. We'll confirm that. And it says ready to send. So now you would go to confirm and continue. So when you get down here to the bottom, it's going to do this basically the same thing. It's going to say the first shipment is going to go to Memphis. The second shipment is going to go to California, which is fine. It's got your box contents, but the shipping is like way crazier than what the shipping would be. I don't know why the shipping is so weird, but whenever I do it this way, the shipments are like way more expensive than when I do it for Inventory Lab. I'm not sure why. So once you get to this point, it's already assuming that you already prepped your items. So if you want to print off your shipping labels, you have to go over to another screen. So you have to go back to manage your FBA inventory, and then you go over here, you click on print item labels, and then let's just say we've got one of these. So these are the only options that they give you, and this is, like I said, why I don't use here. So you can only do, if you do 21, 24, 27, 30, and 40, and 44 labels. But what if you only want to print off 3 labels or 4 labels? You can't do, there's no option to do that. And if there is an option to do that, somebody please let me know in the comment section below, because I don't see another option to do that. So this does tell you what types of labels to use. So you would just go in and buy, you know, a A4, and then buy whatever amount that you need it. But Inventory Lab, you can print off 3 labels or 2 labels or 1 label or 5 labels or 10 labels or 15 labels, whatever you need. You can print those through Inventory Lab. That's why I choose to use Inventory Lab over the Amazon shipment, because the process is still pretty simple, but the shipping, the labeling part is not as simple. However, you can get Amazon to do this for you. It is an additional cost if you want them to do that. So I think the most confusing part is the labeling portion of it. So if you are struggling with that, leave a very specific question down in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer that question. But that's the overall process of how you send items in to Fulfillment by Amazon. All right, so that's going to be it for today, guys. If you like these types of videos, please like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Also hit the bell icon so you get notifications whenever we release new videos, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.
I can change the past. Don't want to complicate things. Maybe if I asked, was any of it